Our understanding of the world, our very thoughts, and the actions we take are profoundly influenced by something we often take for granted: language. It is a powerful assertion, yet one that holds significant weight. Language controls our thoughts, our actions, and ultimately our lives. This idea is encapsulated in the phrase, "Control the language and you control the people." This statement highlights the profound and often underestimated power of words. The core idea is that language's structure, its vocabulary, and its usage fundamentally shape our perception of reality. It is not merely a tool for communication, it is a framework for cognition. Language influences how we think, guiding our mental processes and categorizations. It also influences how we behave, dictating social norms and acceptable expressions. Ultimately, it influences how we live, shaping our culture, our laws, and our personal experiences. The argument for language's profound influence often rests on the principles of the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. This hypothesis posits that the structure of a language significantly influences its speaker's thought processes and worldviews. It suggests that our native tongue does more than just allow us to express thoughts, it actively shapes them. Different languages categorize the world in unique ways, highlighting certain aspects while downplaying others. They also conceptualize the world in distinct patterns, leading to varied cognitive experiences. This linguistic relativity suggests that speakers of different languages may perceive reality differently. Consider, for example, languages with distinct grammatical genders for inanimate objects. Speakers of such languages may unconsciously associate masculine or feminine qualities with objects based on their assigned gender. This subtle linguistic feature can influence how objects are described and understood. Another compelling example involves languages with rich vocabularies for specific concepts. The oft-cited case of Inuit languages and their numerous words for snow illustrates this point. Such linguistic richness allows for a more nuanced and detailed understanding of those particular concepts. This suggests that the very framework of our language subtly shapes the boundaries of our understanding. It provides the categories and distinctions through which we process information. Our linguistic toolkit determines what we can easily perceive and articulate, thereby influencing our cognitive landscape. Beyond individual cognition, language plays a crucial role in shaping our collective social reality. The words we choose to describe events carry inherent biases, framing narratives in specific ways. This framing can dramatically alter public perception and understanding. Similarly, the words used to describe people carry inherent biases and stereotypes. Labels can empower or diminish, include or exclude, based on their historical and cultural connotations. These linguistic choices reflect and reinforce societal attitudes. Furthermore, words used to describe ideas carry inherent connotations, positive or negative. These connotations can sway opinions and influence acceptance or rejection of concepts. The emotional weight of words is a powerful force in public discourse. Political rhetoric, in particular, employs carefully chosen language to frame issues in a desired light. This strategic use of language influences public opinion, guiding how citizens interpret policies and events. It can mobilize support or generate opposition. This framing in turn shapes policy decisions, as public sentiment often dictates political action. The language used in debates and legislation is not neutral, it is a tool for persuasion and control. Consider the stark contrast between terms like freedom fighter versus terrorist. These labels describe similar actions but evoke vastly different perceptions and moral judgments. The choice of words can transform a narrative, turning a perceived villain into a hero or vice versa. This demonstrates how language actively constructs our social reality. It dictates who we empathize with and who we condemn. Given its power to shape individual thought and social reality, language is also a potent tool for social control. Controlling the narrative allows for the manipulation of public perception on a grand scale. This manipulation can be used to maintain power structures and suppress dissent. Regimes and powerful entities often employ tactics such as censorship, propaganda, and the deliberate distortion of language. These methods aim to control information flow and shape public discourse. They limit the vocabulary available for critical thought. This control manifests subtly through the use of euphemisms to soften negative events or policies. For instance, collateral damage obscures the reality of civilian casualties. Such linguistic sanitization can desensitize the public to harsh realities. It also manifests overtly through the suppression of certain words or phrases deemed subversive. Banning specific terms or ideas from public discourse limits the ability to articulate opposition. This linguistic suppression can stifle critical thinking and independent expression. By dictating what can be said and how it can be said, those in power can effectively control public thought. This control extends to shaping historical narratives and defining acceptable social norms. Language becomes a weapon in the battle for hearts and minds. The idea that language controls our lives is complex and compelling, prompting deep reflection. While the precise extent of this control remains a subject of academic debate, its undeniable power is evident. Language shapes our thoughts, influences our actions, and defines our world in profound ways. Recognizing this inherent power is crucial for developing critical thinking skills. It allows us to question the narratives presented to us and to analyze the underlying biases. This awareness is fundamental to intellectual autonomy. It is also crucial for fostering media literacy, enabling us to deconstruct persuasive language in news and advertising. Understanding how language is used to influence us empowers us to make informed decisions. This vigilance protects against manipulation. Furthermore, recognizing language's power is essential for the defense of individual freedoms. When language is controlled, so too are the avenues for dissent and independent thought. Protecting linguistic diversity and freedom of expression is paramount. Understanding how language shapes perceptions is the first step towards resisting manipulation. It allows us to identify when words are being used to mislead or coerce. This critical awareness is a powerful defense. Ultimately, understanding how language shapes perceptions is the first step towards maintaining control over our own minds. By consciously engaging with language, we can reclaim agency over our thoughts and interpretations. This empowers us to construct our own reality, rather than having it dictated to us.